Hi, come and join me as we prepare and celebrate Valentine's Day this February of 2025. Grab a drink, grab a coffee, sit down, and let's get comfy as we get ready for it together. The night before, I went to the grocery store and picked up everything I needed for my charcuterie board. I got some pomegranates, some apples, some citrus, some grapes. Here you can see me unloading the cheese, some prosciutto. I got a balsamic glaze. I got sun-dried tomatoes. I got goat cheese. We really went all out, y'all. I wanted it to be yummy. And then we got 3 different types of crackers. Although honestly, I would say altogether, this didn't cost me quite as much as you would think. I wouldn't say it was cheap, but I wouldn't say that it was like outrageously expensive either compared to what you would pay at a store. I also picked up these flower bouquets in total for I think about $25. I wanted to do this idea that I saw on Pinterest for a flower bar, where basically you lay out a bunch of different types of flowers and everyone can do a bouquet together. I also picked up some free newspapers to lay underneath the table so that the flowers wouldn't get the wood wet. I kept the rubber bands from the individual bouquets to help tie together everyone's bouquets that they made, and I also brought twine from home that we could cut and tie to reinforce them as well. The reason I wanted to throw this was because when I was a little girl, my mom threw Valentine's Day tea parties for me and all my little girlfriends and her friends, and it was core memories. Like, to this day, I could tell you what I was wearing, what the tea sets looked like, who came. It was absolutely magical. And so now that I've had a baby, I feel really inclined to try to keep it going and keep generational memories alive and well, and just keep this tradition going because it is so cute. And of course, back then the term Galentine's Day wasn't really a thing, but looking back on it, it definitely counted as a Galentine's Day. So it's been upgraded to our annual Galentine's Day tea party. So I am doing the charcuterie board, and then my mom and her friend are going to do all of the decorations. And I think they did beverages, and then a couple of other people also brought some food. Here I'm just lining my charcuterie board, and I didn't have any wax paper because I used it all to make sourdough bread. So I am just cutting a little Ziploc bag and putting it underneath, mostly because I just knew that there was going to be a lot of kind of wet fruit and there was going to be meat on it, and I was making it the night before, and I didn't want there to be like a lot of grease or extra residue on the wood. So my friend is a chef, and she told me to make this, she called it like a prosciutto sushi wrap. So I lined up all of my prosciutto. You can see where my baby knocked the camera over. That's so funny. But we lined up all of our prosciutto, and then I put sun-dried tomatoes, mozzarella, and balsamic vinegar reduction on top of it. So unfortunately, when I went to roll it, I genuinely think I just did it wrong. It obviously was too short and looks very silly. And so when I went to cut it, it just did not turn out right. It's supposed to be like open-faced and literally look like a sushi roll. And then as you can see, as I cut it, like the first second I did it, I was like, this is wrong. This is not turning out right at all. So I just sort of unfolded it right away, and then I just kind of individually wrapped the little pieces. So unless my friend was to show me how to do it, I think if I ever made it in the future, I would just do it that way again, because honestly, it tasted fantastic. Like, it was such a good flavor combination. It was insane. But yeah, they definitely looked a little bit messier than I thought. But luckily, prosciutto was very forgiving, and I was still able to make these cutesy little bite-sized pieces. So I picked up this thing of cheese in the charcuterie aisle of my grocery store that just had a few different types of sliced cheeses on it. My husband was teasing me and saying that it was like sandwich cheese, but I don't know. I think it was meant for this. It was just a way I thought to be able to save some money. I think that this packet was like $9. Although looking at what everyone ate, they kind of only just ate the goat cheese and the sharp cheddar. So I think maybe in the future I will only buy those two and then just buy better quality ones. When I make charcuterie, I really like to pair things that go well together. So I have the pear by the goat cheese, I have the pomegranate in the center, I have grapes dispersed, and then later on I added some sharp apple next to the sharp cheddar, and then a softer, sweeter tasting apple next to one of the spicier cheeses. I don't know, I just go with what I personally think goes well together. And then I sprinkled citrus over everything to help keep the slices fresh. But really, I did not have many issues at all with anything browning because this charcuterie, my aunt got it for me for Christmas. It actually comes with a lid. This was my final product and it tasted so good. I actually love the pairings this time, in particular the goat cheese and pear. I forgot all of my crackers. We'll have to put them aside. I'm waiting for all the guests, but I want to eat all of the cupcakes so bad. Mom got these little packet of butterflies. I think it's like little rice paper butterflies. I don't know. We got a whole packet of them though, and they're so cute. I think that they make the cupcakes, which are store-bought, like just a little bit fancier and nicer. The charcuterie made it safely. Oh my gosh, everything smells so good. I can't even. My mom bought a bunch of food too, and then we have some friends who are bringing some snacks too. We have stuff for, I think we're doing mimosas, maybe sangria, I'm not sure. I wasn't part of the drinks department. Okay, so I showed you guys a little bit last night, but I got all of these flowers, and we're gonna do like a little flower bar kind of deal, so that everyone can make their own bouquets, and it will be like a cute little party favor that they get to bring home.